one of my favorite vegetables. It's actually going to be a snack, artichoke. So I'm going to teach you how to prepare this one as a delicious snack. This is my add-on artichoke. I added it on to the Misfit Market box. I wanted to add more than one, and I still haven't figured out how to add on more than one from their site. You may have had it in like a spinach and artichoke dip, but I like them just the artichoke itself. So we have the stem and then the top end, the flower. It's actually a flower. So I usually remove the top, or the bottom actually. The bottom few leaves, they're usually pretty hard and not much to eat there anyway. The stem is edible. So the inside layer is the most edible and the most delicious. I always cut off the dry end. And for me, I go ahead and take the stem off, and I'm going to peel back some of that in a few minutes. I'm going to show you how I prepare my artichoke. I have my steamer baskets here. These are Chinese steamer baskets, like bamboo steamers. This fits right down inside my Instapot. I have 2 layers. So I like to steam it, lots of vegetables that way, and dumplings. This one is small enough to fit in my Instapot, and I use it for everything. I like to steam the artichoke rather than actually boiling them. You can do this in the Instapot, but I like doing it this way too. These are a little rough sometimes to cut. So you have the artichoke itself. It is a flower. So you have the leaves or the petals or whatever you want to call them on the inside. These start to get very prickly on the end, so they actually have spines or little needles on the end. And then the fuzzy part itself is what we call the choke. So this is not edible. So it's a part that I take out. Give it a little twist. I usually go in once or twice. Pop back just a little. There we go. And pull out most of that. Okay, so I have that cleaned. I'm gonna set it aside, and I'll come back in and rinse this to make sure I get all of the fibers out. So I've rinsed off and make sure that all of the little choke pieces are off of here. It's easier to just pop it in, eat when it's done. I'm going to put this face down in my steamer basket, and I'll show you that in just a second. I'm going to try to remove all of the tiny little hairs and pieces, because those are not something that you want to get in the rest of the dish if you can avoid it. Maybe mop off the knife when possible. So again, very slow. Very carefully, very controlled. It's easy to slip up here, so you have to be careful. You can come in and do this with maybe a melon ball or something would be a little bit safer. You see the ends of these are very, very prickly. So the ends of these leaves are prickly. I don't want to remove all of these leaves because they're actually very good. This gets all of that choke out, and this part is the heart, the artichoke hearts, the delicious part. While the artichoke is starting, I'm going to go ahead and deal with the stem. May or may not eat it, it depends. Sometimes the stems can be really, really tough or very bitter. Just depends on the artichoke. It may have something to do with the growing season, I don't know. I do peel the stem, the outermost portion. Like broccoli stems and things like that can be very, very tough. So there's no sense in keeping that anyway. This one's a crapshoot. It may be good to eat, it may not. See, it's going to be the same material that runs into the heart. So that's a lot of good food if it's not bitter. I have the artichoke, the base of them face down on top of the steamer basket with about an inch of water in there, and then just the 2 little stem pieces set inside. The pan will be on high with a good heavy fitting lid. I will steam this for about 20-25 minutes. Take a fork or a knife and stick it into the heart and just see if that's good and done. If it's tender, then you're good to go. Here's the artichoke out of the steamer. It has cooled off and it has changed in color just a little bit. The knife inserted into the thickest part is coming out. You can leave it to steam longer if you like yours more tender. The stem is nice and tender. It's not bitter at all. The outer edge, you can see where the those strands are. That's actually not going to be something that I'll eat today, but the inner part is that heart. So it's the heart of the artichoke, or the artichoke heart. So it has the same flavor, just a vegetal flavor. It's very, very good. One of my students asked me to describe it, and I can't. I don't know. It just tastes like artichoke. So it's vegetal. It tastes green. It's very, very good. To serve this or to eat this, my family always, we eat the outer leaves. So you take the outer leaf, just like this. What you're going to eat is just this bottommost part. I'm going to push it up with my fingernail. You can see a little bit of it coming. I'm going to turn it upside down and scrape it against my bottom teeth. And the part that comes away is the part that was attached to the artichoke. The rest of that will go into the trash. As you get further down the leaves, you'll get more and more of that off. I'll pull one further down off. Sacrilege, destroying a beautiful artichoke. So as you get further down the leaf, or further into the artichoke, the leaves are more and more tender. And more of the leaf comes away. So you're eating just that inner part that is the most tender. You can see where my teeth were. This is going to make a delicious lunch. It's high in vitamins, fiber, nutrients. Delicious. You can eat it dipped in a little butter if you want to. Some people like lemon on theirs, and I've never cared for the lemon, but to each their own. Doesn't have to be just in a spinach and artichoke dip. Doesn't have to be from a can. Fresh artichokes are amazing. Give artichokes a try. Thanks for watching. Bye.